We left off the last video with people not liking me very much. Nobody liking me, in fact. I think you should like this video if you like me. Or not, because then I'll get no likes. So there'll be like 3 likes and 20 not likes. So yeah, basically what I did was I got up. Well, I fell asleep last night. I was planning to go for a run, but I ended up falling asleep, and that wasn't good. I got up this morning and basically just played Zelda, and then I read, and now I'm here on the long stretch of asphalt, or however you pronounce it, that leads to the library. I'm trying to think of what else I needed to say. Our challenge this week is to compliment the person going next, or to say something nice or that you like, or whatever. So I got Vivian. And oh goodness, there's a lot of things I like about her. And agreeing too. Particular thing, I don't know. I like that she's clever and that she writes and that she likes debates and has opinions. Not that we don't all have opinions, but she just sticks by them pretty well. Well, the Green does too. Please don't take any offense to this, because that's another thing. I don't know. You might look too in-depth into it, when really it's just me being like, I don't know what to say about you, because I've known you forever, and there's a lot of things. So, actually it's not been that long, but it feels like forever. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now, because we're heading into people country, and they're gonna think I'm weird again. So, I will talk to you later inside. So I want to build upon what Vivian had said in hers, which was that Facebook had reached 500 million users on, well, like the 21st, or, yeah, the 21st. So, I don't know, I got to thinking about it, because she seemed pretty amazed by that. And to me, I was just like, oh, well, 500 million, that doesn't seem like that much. But I mean, is it? Like, how do we know? It's just a number. And so I was trying to think of ways to kind of make this have meaning for me. So I started researching, and, well, I have some numbers for you to ignore the scribbles. I lack Guardo. Okay, so world population is currently 6.86 billion. And I've written all the zeros out just so you can see how big that number is. It's a very recent number that I took, and total internet users are about 1.8 billion. There's an exact number below that. So yeah, and then Facebook users we know is 500 million. So percent of the world using the internet, about 26.2%. Percent of the world using Facebook, about 7.3%. Percent of Facebook users on the internet, 27.8%. Yes, that is an 8. So, you can kind of see there, it doesn't really seem like that much when you look at those type of numbers. It kind of like, oh, well, 7.3% of the entire world. Like, not that much. But when you actually look at populations and, like, who's where, I have some populations of some countries that are kind of well known, or you know something about, or something like that. So as you can see, out of all of these, only China and India have populations bigger than the Facebook population. And that's a pretty big deal. Like, that, it makes it seem a whole lot bigger. Like, this is all from 2008, and so, like, we're in Canada, and Canada's risen about 700,000, whereas the U.S. has grown 5 million since this was taken. So, yeah, it kind of seems like a lot when you put it like that. And so yeah, and so then I got to thinking about, I don't know, other things. I don't know, I just took the top 5 sites that I frequent, and Facebook being one of them. Hold on. Hotmail, LiveJournal, DeviantArt, and YouTube.
The only one that is in the 100 millions is Hotmail. So, and it's nowhere near close to 500 million. It's still larger than the population of the US. Something random, again building on what Vivian said, about, actually it was a comment she made about her video camera, and I can't remember if it was Vivian or if it was my mom who told me this. They're both in psychology, and it was a study that someone did. I'm fairly sure it was my mom who told me, but they've presented pictures to people and to their friends, and like two sets of pictures. One would be their mirror image, and one would be how everyone else sees them. And although we would like to think of ourselves as symmetrical beings, we're really not. And my teacher used to always say, the people that we find the most attractive are the most symmetrical. And, well, there's a bunch of other stuff that goes into it, but that's, like, all the models. You can take their face and they're the closest thing to a mirror image. The interesting, cool thing is, random thing, sorry, is that the people themselves found their mirror image more attractive, whereas their friends found their normal image more attractive. And, I mean, that's how you always see yourself, right, in the mirror, and you always see yourself, like, and then other people always see you normally, clearly, and there's no logic there. And, so it's just kind of like, oh, that's interesting, and so I get to see myself, and you get to see me normally, like, that's how everyone sees me, whereas, I don't know, on her Mac, and she gets to see, and we get to see her, how she sees herself, which, I totally just thought of that. We get to see her how she sees her, which probably looks normal to her. And she was saying that I look different on camera, and I wonder if that has to do with that. Oh, and links are in the dungeon.